Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the most stupid of them all?
You are.
Why?
You really want to know. Because you made stupid decisions for a guy. And the video this clip is going to be part of, which you made, is full on cringy. So please be warned and warn all those who see of it.
Hello beautiful minds, welcome to my channel. I am Saika and today I'd like to share to you something very personal, and that's my story of how I started my weight loss journey as a revenge body for a guy. So the beginnings of my weight loss journey has a dark origin. Well, not really a dark origin, but aside from my wake-up calls, one pent-up motivator was my hang-ups over this dude. Unfortunately, this dude that I never dated but was super infatuated with and fine in love with. Ugh. Anyways, I've mentioned a tidbit of this and that in my other videos, so now it's time to share to you guys our story, my background with him, what happened, how it is related to my weight loss, and how I eventually overcame it. So without further ado, let's get into it. I officially saw and met him on the first day of first grade, and I remember it like it was yesterday. I remember staring at him because first of all, he was a new student, and second of all, I just immediately was attracted to him. I don't believe in love at first sight, but I remember that moment. I just legit looked at him and was like,
who is that dude?
And oh my god,
Crush.
like it was immediate. He sat beside me because there was an empty seat beside me, and we started talking, and that was essentially the beginning of our friendship. We were close friends and we would play as you do in grade school, and he eventually had his own set of friends who were guys. I had my own set of friends, but from time to time he would always talk to me, would always play with me, you know, he would always give me a lot of attention, and he basically confided in me a lot, so he would consider me one of his closest friends and vice versa. So throughout grade school we were quite close, and I just sort of dug my hole and my own grave and fell and fell and fell more in lovey-dub-dub with him. During high school I moved out. So I moved to a different school, which is like a 2-hour plane ride away from where I lived before. I thought that was it. I remember feeling so sad to leave. I cried a lot, not because I was leaving my friends behind, my old life behind. It was because it lessened my chances with him. I would beg my mom, just let me go back there again. I was doing this even though the school that I was moving into was my dream school in the city where I've always planned and dreamed to be in, and I just didn't want it because he wasn't there. Like, I was gonna throw all of that away, even though it was a better school, it was a best school, just for him. The good thing was I knocked some sense into this brain, and I told myself if the roles were reversed, he probably wouldn't do the same, so why should I? So I basically chose to continue to my new school because it was also my dream school anyway. And I just sort of like cried and lamented that, you know, he and I would never have a chance, and that was the end of my long lost love. But on the 24th of December, that freshman year in high school, he messaged me. It was like a Merry Christmas, like a season's greeting and all that. And I took that opportunity. This was in Messenger, in Facebook Messenger, and just chatted with him. And this started our chatting sessions, our video chats, and this lasted the whole of high school. So obviously I couldn't forget about him because we would talk all the time. So I just again felt more and more attached to him. Funnily enough, I knew him more through our chats than I knew him when we were you know, physically seeing each other in grade school or when we were classmates. And I'll tell you guys a bit about him so you understand what kind of person he is. Back in school, he's the very quiet, shy type of guy. He's quite timid, he's your average student, and he doesn't cause any troubles at all. And he's also very, very serious with his goals. I already knew that, but I knew a lot more chatting with him. And I learned that he was also very conservative, very traditional. He would share how he wanted to earn enough money and then get married in his 20s, have a wife as the homemaker and him as the main provider, have children, establish a house, etc., etc. He would talk about this all the time. Very, very serious and very, very closed in on those goals only. And his type of girl is the timid, meek and mild, long hair, thin girl. And it was exactly the opposite of everything that I wanted and that I am. Like, I'm the city girl, I'm an extrovert. Obviously, I was fat, I was not thin, I was so loud. I had a different idea of marriage. I didn't want to marry in my 20s and be the homemaker. Like, no, I wanted to work. I wanted to, you know, explore a lot. So we were very different. But that was the thing though, because I knew all of those things, I would try to tone my personality down to try to please him. Like, I would be more meek and mild when we were chatting or video calling. I don't think it really worked because he knew me more than that, but I tried my best. Because I was crazy over him, I wanted to impress him, I wanted him to really like me. So yeah, there you have it. So now that we've established that, let's go to my brokenheartedness. Hoo-hoo. Okay, so the first heartbreak was in 3rd year of high school. So we were chatting and he told me,
"Hey dude, can I call you? Like, I have something to tell you."
And I was like,
he is gonna profess his undying love for me. Like, this is it, girl. Like, come on, I'm ready to take it. Come on.
We had a video call. I was so excited. I was so ready to say, me too, I love ya, you know? And he was like,
"I really like this girl."
And he told me who she was. And I just instantly... There were so many emotions in a few seconds because we were video calling so he could see me. So there was, you know, shock, hurt, sadness, pain, anger, and then I had to pretend like I was happy for him because I was like,
oh, congratulations.
And the reason why he was calling wasn't just to say that, but was to ask for my help, my freaking help, because I was his closest friend, about how he could go on and ask her out. You know what this love-crazed girl did? A moment of silence. I helped him get the girl. We would plan out the Christmas gifts, the birthday gifts, the Valentine's, you know, everything. It was so heartbreaking. I just laugh about it now, but it's, you know, it was very stupid. I had no self-preservation. My self-esteem was so low, self-worth, all that, like, down the drain. I should be a saint by now. I feel like I should be canonized. And just to say, like, throughout all of this, and I'm not bragging when I say this, but in my new school, guys did ask me out. But I still said no to all of them, even though I knew I had no chance with, you know, the guy I really liked. Because emotionally, I was still so attached to him. So I felt like I would be emotionally cheating him, emotionally cheating myself, as well as like unnecessarily hurting another person. So I really didn't want that. So I just didn't date anyone because I was just so bonkers over this dude. I really have this weird sense of loyalty. It's crazy. Anyway, so that carried on until we graduated. But at that point, because I knew I had no chance with him and him and the girl were getting it on really well, thanks to my help, I just wanted to come clean to him. I wanted to tell him, you know what? I'm gonna say it. I liked you. I don't expect anything from you. I'm just saying it so you would know and this will be over. So I said it by writing it through a letter because till the end, your girl couldn't verbally do it to his face. I wrote him the proverbial letter, gave it to him, was so anxious the whole day And then he texted me at midnight, at freaking midnight. And he was like,
"Thank you so much for admitting, but I can't give you what you want."
which is something I never said. I told him I'm not expecting anything. I just want to come clean. And he had to rub it to my face. And
I don't understand why you need space.
because I did write that, you know, I just wanted to complete, I wanted to tell you this, and if you could give me, you know, just space to recover, whatever, that would be great. And he was like,
I can't give you space because you're one of my closest friends, so why do I need to give you space?
and I'm like, dude, what the? I respected all of his wishes, and he couldn't give me that one bit of kindness, even though I just sort of bared my soul to him. So I was like, oh no. So I just legit blocked him. A very mature thing to do. I blocked the dude. It's like, no, frick this. I went to college, cried about it for 2 years, and after my second year in college, I was like, I'm probably over him. So I unblocked him. And then I knew I wasn't over him because the memory sort of just flooded back in. I unblocked him because I thought that, you know, it's a mature thing to do. It was already in the past. So from time to time, he would say hi to me, and I would just sort of, you know, answer nonchalantly or avoid talking to him as much as possible, because every time he would chat, I would be so anxious to wait for his answer. Like, that part of me was still there that was attached to him. And so it wasn't long ago when I truly, finally got over him. Just so you know, from the timeline of this whole story, from the time I was in grade school up to high school and even college, the whole time he knew me, I was fat. When I was in high school, I already had like a lot of thoughts, you know, since you're in high school, as you do, and you're a teen, you're quite insecure, more so. I was like, if only I was thinner, if only I was prettier, he would probably like me more. You know, those kinds of things. Especially because I was fatter than most people my age. That's why I think I associated my weight with him. It's like I was fat when he met me, I was fat when he left me. I wanted to prove myself by losing the weight and telling him like, this is everything that you missed on, because I thought that my weight was a big issue, because again, that wasn't his thing, that wasn't his type, and of course because of my own insecurity. And again, I associated it with him because that's the only person he knows of me. And so last April 6, 2020, I started to exercise. And just so you know why April 6 is relevant, you guessed it, it was his birthday. So I took that as extra fuel to exercise and think in my head that just wait until he sees me while doing burpees, planks, and all that jazz. Yet the longer I did it, oddly enough, the more I forgot about him. So this is where it sort of shifted for me, but I can't really pinpoint when it shifted. It just started shifting as I also lost the weight. It just felt like the more I lost the weight, the more his previous hold on me loosened and loosened. It was like the control that I willingly gave up to him was now again mine. And I showed that with the discipline, the amount of hard work that I went through to get to my goal. And because the image that I saw myself in when he was part of my life was me when I was fatter, shedding the pounds was also like shedding the last remnants of him out of my system, because now I see myself as a different person. That person, that fat girl, is still a part of who I am, but it is not me anymore. And in a way, that girl who was really in love with this guy, that affection I had for him was also lost with her, if that makes any sense. From my previous videos, as you guys know, it wasn't just a physical manifestation, but there were also so many mental and emotional developments that happened along my first year of weight loss. So throughout my weight loss journey, I just felt lighter, figuratively and literally. But hold your horses, we're not finished yet. We actually recently met up. It was a few weeks shy of his birthday and basically of my 1-year anniversary of my weight loss. And it was so freaking random. Like, I really didn't expect it because, again, I haven't seen him in a long time. He's working elsewhere and, you know, it's the pandemic. But he messaged me one time in Facebook still. Jesus, Facebook is such a... it's the evil in my life. And he was like,
hey, wanna meet up? I'm in the city, I'm around the area. You know, I just want to catch up for old time's sake.
and I was like, what the frick? I just found it so funny at that point. So I was like, okay, sure, yeah. I'm not over like showing the progress because I freaking worked hard for this. Even if it was some other friend, I would have been like, hell yeah, like I'm gonna strut my new body, y'all. So we agreed to meet up at a restaurant. He even brought his girlfriend along, not the girl that I helped him with, a different girl. We met up, we talked, we caught up with each other, what was happening in our lives, what our plans were. And to be honest with you, from the moment I saw him, I felt nothing. Like, there was absolutely nothing. It was just like meeting an old friend. It was that kind of feeling. I was waiting for it. I was waiting for the shock, the pain, the twinge I would always feel whenever I'm around him or whenever I'm talking about him. I couldn't even say his name up until recently. Like, I wouldn't mention it at all. But it never came. Like, there was no pain. There was absolutely nothing. It was so platonic. And whenever we would talk about past memories, I was waiting for the longing or, you know, the regrets or whatever. But all I felt was just the fondness attached to the memories. There was no more pain, there was no more hurt. And I knew right then and there that it was done. I was over him. And I really wanted to shout for joy, you know, like twirl, do the dance, do a plank if I want to. Because I was so freaking happy that I was finally over him. It's been, I don't know, 10 plus years of being so into this guy and finally getting over him. Wow, what an achievement through my weight loss. It's like one of those non-scale victories that just makes you all the more prouder that you went into this kind of journey. Emotionally letting him go was such a breath of fresh air, and I'm just so lighter and happier as a person. And I remember just ending that short lunch feeling truly happy for him, but more so truly happy for myself. So that was basically my long-winded story of how I started my weight loss journey for a guy. It wasn't a fairy tale ending, but I still got my fairy tale ending and I became the queen of my own kingdom. I don't advocate changing your whole self for a person. But if a person, an ex, a stupid, I don't know, someone will motivate you enough to move, then use that. Wield that to your advantage. Just for a bit. This also goes to show that bettering yourself in whatever form, in my case, my weight loss, can also have so many other added benefits that simply cannot be measured. In my case, it helped me grow out of him. It made me regain myself and see my self-worth without relying it on a person. And I honestly could only wish the same for you guys. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much, guys, for watching and listening to my really weird love story. But I just wanted to get it out there because this is gonna be the last time I'll ever talk about him, or I might mention him or this, I guess, in other videos, but this is going to be the last time I'm going to expound on it. Also, here's a picture of our meetup. If you guys like this story, don't forget to give this a like, subscribe, comment your weird love story. Has someone ever spite you that made you want to burn the calories or prove yourself to that person? Did you have like a person you wanted to have a revenge body on? Do share your stories and comment them down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Babush!